Hi, my name is Kari, and I had a whole different plan for my first YouTube video. Like, I set up this account, this channel, about a month ago, and my plan was, life in bloom after 50, because I'm 53 years old. And I thought everything adventure and excitement and different things that you go through when you're in your 50s and older. And I'm 53, and I am sitting in a parking lot at the FedEx Office Pack and Ship Center in Blaine, Minnesota, because I needed to mail my laptop back to my employer, because I was actually let go from my position, and it is a very scary feeling. And I wasn't going to make a video about it because, like I said, I wanted to do like an introductory video of, hi, my name is Kari, I'm 53 years old, we're going to have so much fun together, which we are. There are going to be some fun videos. I promise you that. I promise you that. But unfortunately, this first one is about being laid off from your job when you're 53 years old, which actually is, it's, what do they say? It's like life moving one of the goalposts or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I just walked out of the FedEx office pack and ship and to send my laptop back to my employer. And so now I'm officially in between jobs. But I think that also kind of kick-started me to make this video, because, and it's very uncomfortable, it's very raw for me to be doing this. I don't even know where to look. I think I look over there in the camera. I don't know. This is my very first video, so please bear with me. So, but life in bloom after 50 was really like, I think they say, and I don't know, I think there was a saying that a flower has to break through the dirt to be able to bloom and show its petals or something like that. I don't know. It's some cliche thing like that. But honestly, I feel like I'm ready to bloom. I feel like I'm ready to start experiencing life again. I think I shut a lot of things down because of just work, focusing so much on work over the years. And then my mom had Alzheimer's. She passed away last year at 90. And so there was a lot of focus on that and on her, of course, for several years. And so part of this is just, it's really painful to lose your job, especially at 53. But I'm trying to see the bright side in it. So I'm hoping, just hoping, hoping that I continue to see the bright side. So, and there's a specific like type of silence that comes over you when you're in your 50s and you lose your job and you don't know what the future holds. Like, I'm 53, I planned on retiring at like 62 or 65, and now what? And it's scary, for sure. It's scary. Like, I have fear, the fear of the unknown. But at the same time, I have a feeling of release and relief. And I want to start this new adventure. And I hope that you will want to experience it with me and enjoy it with me. And again, I'm sorry. This is my first video. I don't know editing yet. I'm trying to learn it, trying to figure it out. And I swear, I promise you, I will get better at where to look on the phone. But if you've ever felt like the rug was pulled out from under you, and just when you thought you were settled, one thing is that I was working as a independent contractor for several years prior to having this position, and I loved it, and the pay was great. The pay was exceptional, but that was because you do not have benefits. So I didn't have any paid time off. I didn't have any paid holidays. I didn't have 401k and company match, employer match. I didn't have any paid time off at all. I think I just mentioned that, but a police officer just drove behind me, so sorry, I got distracted. And no medical and dental benefits at all. So, you know, the pay compensates for that, like it makes up for it. And so that's the great thing about being an independent contractor. But you do lose out on all of those benefits. And at 53 years old, you kind of want more stability. Like when I was doing you know, I would have a contract and it would last a year, and then they would let you know probably about, I don't know, 30 days to 45 days prior to the end of the contract. They would let you know that if it's been extended, which it was all the time. So like the first year it was extended an additional year, then it was extended 6 months, then I think it was like another year, and then when it was going to terminate, and I was like, okay, this is fine. I want to start looking for something that would be permanent with a real employer and have benefits. Then they asked me to come back, and so I did, because at that time I hadn't found a permanent position as an employee at a place yet. And then I found this particular job that I've been at for quite a while, and not a super long time, but I was pushing 50 and I wanted stability. I wanted to have, you know, not worry about, and the end of the year, is my contract going to be up? Am I going to lose my job again? So, or have to look for something else. So I took this job hoping for stability, and some things changed, and actually things changed quite a bit over the last year and a half, I guess. A lot of turnover, layoffs. Fortunately for me, I was able to make it through all of those other layoffs, but then now there's a reorg that they were doing, and unfortunately I was one of those that got cut in the reorg. But like I said, like I see it as an opportunity. I feel like there are signs, you know, like there was, so one thing with my mom, like I said, she passed away last year from Alzheimer's. She was 90. And one of the things was cardinals were her favorite bird. And after she passed away, there was a pair of cardinals that would come to the bird feeder outside my office. And I hadn't seen them for a while now. And instead of blue jay has been coming and squawking and making a lot of noise lately. But anyway, I haven't seen the cardinals for quite some time. And this morning, a pair of ducks walked by my office window, and I worked from home. So outside of my home office, a pair of ducks walked by. They were squawking. They were like doing their cute little thing and shaking their little booties. And then a cardinal flew up to the bird feeder. Didn't stay, but just like made an appearance, you know? And I felt like those were signs to me, because my mom loved ducks and she loved cardinals. And just, I felt like some things, because I am sad. I'm sad. I'm frustrated. I'm hurt. And I don't mean to have my feelings hurt, because I know it's not anything personal that I lost my job. I have good relationships with my vice president and the CEO and everybody. They will, you know, they say that they will be references for me and everything. So, I mean, I'm leaving on good terms, but it's just a punch in the gut type of feeling. So if you've ever felt that way, if you've experienced it, you're not alone. And I plan on making more cheerful videos and learning things like editing and stuff. So this is just like real, raw, real talk. Acknowledging the fear, but trying to highlight the relief and the release, because I feel like this is a good way to start my, well, what I intended this channel to be Life in Bloom After 50. So I just decided to scrap the script that I was planning on talking about. And just while I was feeling all these emotions while sitting in the FedEx parking lot. Actually, you can probably only see the sandwich shop, but FedEx is behind me. You just can't see it. But I decided to just kind of scrap that and just hit record on my phone and share like the raw, unscripted truth about losing my job at the age of 53. And I guess maybe in a way letting go of some of those safety nets that are no longer serving me. Although a paycheck is really nice, so I got to get that figured out. But I want to start experiencing new things and enjoying life. And you know, it might end up that I plan on looking at some side hustles. So if you have tips and tricks on side hustles, let me know, and then I'll probably be doing a video about that as well in the future. But if you've ever had, you know, felt like the rug was pulled out from under you when you thought you were settled and things were good and you could look forward to retirement, this video is for you. And so if you're interested, please subscribe to this channel. This is my first video, and like I'm scared of like what's gonna happen. But subscribe and walk this path with me, and let's see what happens when we stop just surviving and we start blooming. And I promise you there will be more uplifting videos, and videos about opportunities and adventures, and you know, there will be some real talk about, you know, real life things, you know, real raw talk about menopause, which I'm also going through. So it'll be I shouldn't say a fun experience. It'll be a fun experience, but it will be fun, and we can just live through this journey together. And like I said, you know, probably a couple of times I've said I'm 53 years old, and I'm just honestly, I think I'm ready to bloom. I'm ready to start this new life. I'm sad, I'm fearful, but I'm confident that we're gonna get through this. So please comment, please subscribe, please, you know, do all the things. I really appreciate you just even listening to me, especially at this point, because I think I've been talking now 13 minutes. So thank you for that. And I apologize for just like even my rawness. So thank you so much. And I hope to hear from you. Okay, thank you. Bye.